Welcome to Portsmouth Now. I'm your host, Rob Lauer. The big holiday in February is, of course, Valentine's Day. And with Valentine's Day comes thoughts of romance and love, and for some people, thoughts of commitment and marriage. And with those thoughts of marriage come questions, such as, where will we get married? Where will we have the reception? Where are we going to find a wedding cake? Where will we find a caterer? Well, it should come as no surprise that for us, the answer to all those questions is right here in Portsmouth. After all, our show is called Portsmouth Now. And on this episode of our show, we're going to look at some unique wedding venues right here in the city of Portsmouth. All that and much more is coming up now on Portsmouth Now. Welcome to Portsmouth Now. If you or someone you know is planning a wedding or a wedding reception, Portsmouth has a wide variety of very unique venues. There's a beautiful Renaissance hotel situated right on the waterfront in Old Town Portsmouth with a gorgeous view of the Elizabeth River and the Norfolk skyline. And there are historic homes and churches, some nearly 200 years old, such as the beautifully restored Hill House. Of course, you could always settle on getting married and having your reception down at the courthouse. And by courthouse, I mean the 1846 courthouse on the corner of High Street and Court Street, which now serves as the home of the Portsmouth Art and Cultural Center. Let's find out more about having weddings and wedding receptions at this historic venue.
Hello, my name is Gail Paul, and I'm here at the Portsmouth Art and Cultural Center. I'm the curator here, and we offer the center, the courtyard, for wedding receptions, weddings and events, things like that. I think what the Portsmouth Art and Cultural Center has to offer is that we are a historic site here in Old Town, and so not only is the building historic, but we also have a historic courtyard. It's a brick courtyard, and the building itself is brick. It was built in 1846. The courtyard would be private. It's completely fenced in, so you're separated from the public environment, but yet you're surrounded by a historic neighborhood and a historic building. What would come with the rental would be the outside courtyard. We have tables that would be available, chairs. We can have up to like 250 people. We have a warming kitchen. You'd also have restroom facilities. So anyway, there's quite a few activities that we offer here that I think would enhance the environment. We have an outdoor sculpture exhibit that is offered from March until October every year. So then there's an additional enhancement to the courtyard. We do have regular museum hours, so usually the place would be available after 5 o'clock. So if people are interested in a rental, they could contact us here at the Portsmouth Art and Cultural Center, 757-393-8543.
Besides a wide variety of historical buildings, there are also in Portsmouth some newer venues which at first glance you might not associate with weddings and wedding receptions. One of these is the Children's Museum of Virginia. Since being completely renovated and reopening in 2011, the Children's Museum of Virginia has become a very popular location for weddings and wedding receptions.
My name is Al Schweitzer. I'm at the Children's Museum of Virginia. My job is the site manager. And one of the nice parts of my job is to help people if they're celebrating their wedding. And if they would care to rent our facility, I'm the person that they will contact to make all those arrangements. Here in the museum, we have a number of spaces. Most likely, people will probably want to be on our second floor. It's a big, wide, open space. We can get about 250 people at a plated, seated dinner with 10 top tables. It dresses very well, and the room is kind of a turning rectangle, kind of a sloped rectangle, and we make all the exhibits quiet during the meal, and it's a lot of fun there. We've had a number of good weddings here. One rather large and rather involved that went for hours, and then the usual, 3 or 4 hour receptions. We do have room for a band dance floor. We have room for the band. We can also set up a smorgasbord or a buffet dinner if people want to do that. The room is kind of empty and then we fill it, so we have a lot of flexibility, and generally the bride and the bride's mom and I walk through along with the caterer, and we kind of position it on the paper and see what we want to do and what they're interested in having. We have a list of caterers that are recommended because they've been here before and we know how they perform. But if they want to bring a new one to us, bring their own caterer that they know, that's perfectly acceptable as long as they have that Virginia Health certificate. And we'll work with them just as, and then we'll add them to the list. If the wedding is large enough and there's a lot of children involved and the people that are observing the wedding, we can certainly entertain the children. I provide staff for that evening event, and the children can take advantage of the displays. We probably want to know as soon as you get the ring what your date is going to be, because this is such a large event, we want to be sure that there's no conflicts. Once I have it on my books, it's in. My contact information is Al Schweitzer. I'm at the Children's Museum. Phone number is 393-5258. And then if you go to the Children's Museum website, childrensmuseumva.org, go in there to the rental section and you can click on Contact Us. It'll come right to me and we can start the whole process. It is a unique venue. I mean, most people think about hotels and restaurants and clubs. We do it in a children's museum. And one of the cute things I learned in this business with my very first wedding years ago was if the bridal party or the guests wear tennis shoes, it just changes the atmosphere of the whole party. They all get a little bit childlike and they have a lot of fun. So I think it's the venue that sells itself because it's totally different.
Having a wedding or a wedding reception at a children's museum might surprise some people. Even more surprising would be having a wedding or a wedding reception in a sports museum. But believe it or not, a growing number of people are choosing to exchange vows at the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame on High Street in Old Town.
My name is Jason Taylor. I'm the Special Events Coordinator at the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame and Museum. Last year we had 10 wedding-related events. So it's kind of picking up actually, and we've been doing a lot of bridal shows. It's funny, when we go to the shows, a lot of people look at our facility and they're like, wow, you're actually here? I didn't know you did wedding receptions. And then they'll get the concept, maybe it has to be sports related, and it really doesn't. You have the opportunity to dress up the room however you would like to. The spaces that we do provide are the sports gallery, which is normally for wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners. We have a theater that seats 125. Normally people will get married on the stage. We have a 16-foot HD screen, so if they wanted to utilize it for maybe showing a slideshow of pictures, a video of some type, they'll transfer over from the theater over to the sports gallery for the wedding reception. The wedding reception normally can seat 160, accommodates 300 standing. As far as caterers, they have two options. We have 16 caterers that we offer to clients to go with, or they're more than welcome to go with an outside caterer. Also, as far as the facility, we offer exclusive access to guests after 5 p.m., so it gives the guest the opportunity to go within the facility, whether it's downstairs or upstairs. Normally, after the wedding takes place, the guests will have the opportunity to go within the facility, so it allows the bride as well as the groom to take pictures, and it gives the guests something to do throughout while that's taking place. If they do bring their kids, it gives the kids the opportunity to go within our facility. Upstairs we have a half-court basketball gym. We have a sports complex, so it's interactive, dealing with baseball, soccer, as well as football. And then we have a NASCAR simulator, so it gives the opportunity for kids as well as adults to get behind a NASCAR and something like a virtual video game. When the wedding reception is taking place, of course they have their normal festivities as far as the dancing and DJ. So if they didn't want to actually go within our facility, they're still having their normal wedding reception. As far as the scoreboard, it's a unique feature as far as our facility. So it gives guests the opportunity to have their names on the scoreboard. And then as far as the numbers, they can either have 50-50, they can have the date they actually got married, or as well as the date that they actually met. So it's kind of something memorable that they can take with them. Another space that we have is our classroom areas. We have a divider in there, so it can have a men's as well as women's side. So if you wanted to go in there and whether change or just utilize the room for anything else, that's another space that you do have the opportunity of using. If you want more information, you contact myself, Jason Taylor, at 757-393-8031 or events@vshfm.com. Normally it's the bride's decision for the most part, but if I was able to get some input, I honestly would have my wedding reception as well as wedding here at the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame, because it gives you a unique venue. It's not your typical venue, and I think it's an enjoyable facility. I love it a lot.
When we return to Portsmouth Now, we'll look at two more very unique venues for weddings and wedding receptions. So stay tuned.
It was not. It was like...
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to Portsmouth Now and our look at wedding venues throughout the city. You know, the media is always covering big celebrity weddings. Well, the media may not cover your wedding, but you too can feel like a celebrity if you get married at this next venue. It's been the host of world-famous celebrities, singers, dancers, actors for over 20 years. So why not exchange vows on stage at one of Hampton Road's premier entertainment venues, Willard Hall?
My name is Valora Baskerville. I'm the facility manager here at Willard Hall. And we have two areas that we can rent out other than the theater. People don't usually think of Willard Hall for doing great things like birthday parties, weddings, meeting space, but we do have that space available. We can use the lobby for weddings. We can probably seat about 150 using the lobby and the outer lobby. And we can also use a President's Lounge that we have upstairs for a more intimate settings of about 75 people. The downstairs seats about 1,500, and if you're looking for a large wedding, the whole building seats 1,900. Some of the reasons that I feel that Willard Hall would make a great space for a wedding is because we have ample space here available in the building that you can do numerous types of things at one time. You can split your reception up and do something upstairs if you wanted to do something more intimate as far as maybe a jazz artist or something upstairs for your reception, and then downstairs you could have a DJ. We have two areas that your caterer could work out of. We have an upstairs kitchen. We have a downstairs area that you would be able to use. We can provide a list of caterers, but you can also bring in a caterer of your own choice. And we also have space in the back for your wedding party to lounge back there where they could have some refreshments before. We also have dressing rooms available back there where there would be plenty of space for the brides, the bridal party, and also the groomsmen. If you like to rent the space, we like you to use it for a minimum of 4 hours. And then we can include some setup and breakdown time also. More information on renting Willard Hall, you can call 393-5182, and you can also visit our website at www.willardhall.com.
Historic homes, museums, theaters, maybe these don't appeal to you. Maybe you're more of a traditionalist when it comes to the location for your wedding reception. Maybe you prefer more of a country club location. If that's the case, then you can't do any better than Bowmans Golf Course.
I'm Monica Mitchell. I'm the catering manager at Bowmans Golf Course. As a catering manager, I oversee the events from the beginning to the end, and we have a staff of 15 at the pavilion as well as the grill. We prep the food here, we cook the food here, everything's on premise. This is the best kitchen in any city building that I've ever seen. It's fully equipped. They really did a good job when setting it up. We do all different types of menus, including station menus, hors d'oeuvres, dinners, plated dinners, whatever the client would like. We have everything here on site that you would need. We have all the chafing dishes, the serving utensils, the china, the glass, anything you would want. All the linens, we have different colors. We have the full-size catering kitchen. We also have the full ABC license. So everything's just kind of a one-stop shop. You just can bring any florist in or any bakery to do their wedding cake, and we allow that, and we cut the cake, serve it, whatever. We have a full ABC license, which includes beer, wine, and liquor, and can set it up however the host would like. You could do cash bar, you could do tab, however you would like. We hold 350 standing up and 184 sit down. And we also have a dance floor, big screen. We do a lot of conferences. We do all different kind of events, but we definitely do a lot of wedding receptions. We have a beautiful room. We have 5-foot tables that accommodate 8 to 10 chairs at each table. We have the buffet set up that you can do a station, serpentine. You can split the tables up. We also have different long tables that you could use for any type of gift table, whatever you choose. We have beautiful views from all sides of the pavilion, and they really did a wonderful job with the pavilion. All the landscaping, all the beautiful trees they have, all the beautiful flowers around here. It really makes a wonderful backdrop for any type of event, especially wedding receptions. We also can do wedding ceremonies here as well as wedding receptions. You can have your wedding reception here any night of the week, any day of the week. We've had a lot on Thursday nights lately, which I think is really kind of neat. My suggestion would be, as soon as you get your date lined up for your wedding reception, give us a call. You can contact us at Bowdewey Grill, which the number is 393-8069, and we also have a website, which is bowedeweygrill.com, that has all our menus, contracts, and information on it.
Wedding cakes, great food, and a lot more are coming up next on Portsmouth Now, so stay tuned.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
Welcome back to Portsmouth Now and our special wedding planning episode. What's a wedding without a great wedding cake and great food? Well, you'll find lots of great bakeries and caterers here in Portsmouth, and we decided to show you just a few. First up, we visited the Cake Place. I'm joined by James and Rhonda Williams, who are the co-owners of the Cake Place here in Portsmouth, and they're going to tell us a little bit about what they can offer you if you have an upcoming wedding. Thanks for joining us today.
We're glad to be here.
So how long have you guys been in business?
We've been here in business for 13 years.
But you're at a new location, you expanded your location here in
Just recently expanded. We've been here at this location for 7 years, going on our 8th year. But within the last couple of weeks, we expanded.
Okay, now you have some gorgeous cakes around here.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, now so who does the baking of the two of you?
James is the primary baker.
You're the baker, okay. Yeah. And do you do the decorations?
I do the decorating, wedding cakes exclusively, and we have 2 or 3 decorators that come in and assist with other cakes.
Oh, okay. So is there some signature cakes that you have?
Yes. The signature cake of the shop is a cake that we call the Italian cream. It's a 3-layer cake that has coconut in the middle, cream cheese icing with pecans. It's really the bomb.
It's really good.
Yeah. And then we have a red velvet cake that's one of those old-fashioned recipes. And it's equally there too.
Okay, so if someone is interested in having you a cake for the wedding, do they come in and sit down with you? You have a catalog that you go through with them?
Basically, we set up an appointment with them, and we do an in-house tasting that we don't charge for. And we come in and we basically do a wedding consult. You know, we have them to come in, and they may come with a cake that they already want. They have an idea that they want to present, and then we have a book. We always take pictures of every cake that we've done, and we give them a presentation of what we offer. An array of cakes that my wife has done, and of course, she's like I said, she's the exclusive baker.
Okay, so if someone, how soon should they get in touch with you as far as what's advanced planning for the wedding? I mean,
that time varies. Usually January and February we book most of our weddings for the entire year.
Oh, really? Okay.
It seems it goes along with the wedding show.
Okay.
So we're busy January and February doing quite a bit of consults, quite a few. Then as later on in the spring we'll get more and more requests. We can do a cake short notice and a week's notice.
Okay.
And we've had that happen where other plans have fallen through and a bride just needs a cake.
Yeah.
And we've been able to accommodate them.
Yeah.
So we just ask that they give us a call.
Okay.
We can work something out.
All right, so what's your contact information?
Well, our phone number here is area code 757-488-8851. We can be reached between the hours of 10 and 5, Tuesday through Saturday. We have longer hours on the weekends if we are extremely busy. A lot of times that's the case. So we usually, there's never a case where we can't accommodate somebody.
Okay, you have a website too?
Yes.
TheCakePlace.net.
CakePlace.net.
And we have a Facebook page, The Cake Place, Portsmouth, Virginia.
Okay, well, great. Well, thanks for joining us, and there's some beautiful cakes here. Next, we drop by at the Silver Spoon. I'm joined by Claire Martinez, who's the owner of the Silver Spoon. Thank you for joining us, Claire.
Thank you for interviewing me today.
You have a fantastic array of desserts and cakes here. I mean, this is just gorgeous.
Thank you.
You know, you've had quite a few honors and awards, haven't you, over the years?
We have. We've been gold winners since 2005 for the Best of Portsmouth. We were Retailer of the Year 2010 for Retail Alliance.
That's good.
And we've had several places for the Portsmouth Taste Test, the Virginia Pilot Taste Test.
Okay, so you make really good wedding cakes, I hear, and that's why
we
we're
like
here.
to think so.
Okay,
yes.
So in your opinion, what is the best wedding cake that you have as far as flavors go?
I do. I do is a combination of lemon almond cake, and we usually frost it with a buttercream icing, and you can play it up with a little raspberry filling, and it's wonderful.
Oh, lemon almond. Okay,
lemon
that sounds
almond.
great. Okay, so what else do you do besides cakes for weddings?
We offer dessert catering where we would set up dessert stations as well as candy stations. We do a lot of the new trendy things like push-up pops with cake or the new cake balls.
Okay, so now if someone's interested in talking to you about cake, you have a website, I know.
We do have a website that they can visit, and they also can call us and make a consultation appointment where we'll sit down and go over design and, of course, eat cake.
Okay, so yeah, I see you have the layout here, the table over there on your desk, and lots of things to taste test.
They come in and they have a chance to taste different frostings. If they're not familiar with fondant icing, which is very popular now from all the TV shows, we give them the opportunity to try that, as well as different fillings.
All right, now, if someone, I know they're going to get married, say, in 2 months or 6 months or 8 months, what's the ideal amount of time that you need?
The ideal amount of time for us is at least 3 months out.
Okay.
But we don't want to discourage people who decide to get married all of a sudden.
Next week, so.
Right, give us a call and we'll try to, fit you into the schedule.
Okay, now what is your number then if they want to give you a call?
Our phone number here is 757-673-8431.
Okay, and the website, can you give us that address too?
It's www.silverspoonva.com.
All right, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Earlier, we learned that the Children's Museum of Virginia could be rented for weddings and wedding receptions. And if you need a company to cater that wedding, you needn't look any further than the Children's Museum Cafe. I'm standing outside the Children's Museum Cafe with Gregory Skeeter, who is the owner of Taste and Feast Catering. Welcome, Gregory.
Thank you.
So tell us about your business. How long have you been, catering weddings and such?
We've been catering for about 12 years now. We started in Atlanta, Georgia. So we've been there for about 10 years, and we've been here for about 2.5 years.
Okay, and you run the cafe at the Children's Museum.
We do run the cafe here at the Children's Museum, where we do a lot of kid-friendly items on the menu, but we also have foods for adults as well.
Okay, and so for weddings and such, what are some of your specialties? What are things?
Some of our specialties, one of our most popular one is the chicken masala. We do that with the smoked Gouda mashed potatoes and the Mediterranean grilled vegetables. That's a real popular wedding package of menu that we have. We also do the red curry snapper. We do that with grilled cabbage, and we do the roasted garlic and herb potatoes with that.
Okay.
We have other options out there as well, but those are some of our most popular ones that we do.
So would this be more for a sit-down wedding, or do you do both?
We've done both. We mainly do sit-down receptions, but we've had receptions that were stand-up, more of this kind of buffet type.
Okay, so if someone was interested in having you cater their wedding, how much advance notice would you need?
We normally require at least a week's notice.
Okay.
That's pretty slim, but we can turn it around in a week's time.
So would the rule be as soon as they know when it's...
Yeah, as soon as they know...
whether it's 2 weeks or 6 months, let you know?
The sooner the better, but we always can make a way to accommodate our customers.
Okay, so do you have a phone number, a website that people can go to for more information?
Our website is www.tasteandfeastcatering.com, and is A-N-D spelled out. The number you can reach us is 757-559-5746.
All right, well, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
One of the most popular places to visit in Old Town is Bowmans Garden Center and the Green Bean Cafe. And when it comes to catering, decorations, wedding invitations, Bowmans prides itself on being your one-stop shop.
My name is Rich Phillips. I'm co-owner and catering director at Bowmans Garden Center and the Green Bean Cafe on Green Street in Portsmouth, Virginia. We specialize in weddings, special events. We can coordinate a wedding from start to finish, including the photographers, wedding invitations, wedding coordinator, food. We do all the catering for events from 20 to 200. We also do small intimate dinners. It can be very detail-oriented or very, very basic. We will sit down with a client on a one-on-one basis and create a menu that suits their needs. Here at Bowmans, we have an in-house floral team that will sit down with the client and create their dream. We'll sit down with the client should they need invitations for an event, and we have people that will come in and sit down and design, create, go over very detailed items that they want on their invitation. We're a very tailored company. We will sit down and create exactly what the person or group of people want. We'd like to ask that every client come in and sit down and speak with us regarding a special event or wedding. That way they have a chance to view our store, our facility. From the time any of our clients walk through the door, they have a chance to view our store and see exactly our style and how eclectic it is. Hopefully when a client walks through the door, they feel the passion that we have here for excellence. We would like to invite anyone who'd like to come in and give us a try for lunch. That way they can have an idea of the variation of items that we do offer. If you're having a wedding or a special event, the best reason to use us as a caterer is that we pride ourselves on detail and excellence. We're very passionate here at Bowmans and the Green Bean Cafe about everything we do, from floral to catering to our personal service and attention to our customer.
Okay. That's our show for today. Could Portsmouth be the perfect spot for your wedding? Come visit us and find out. The caterers, the bakers, the venues we featured on today's show are just a sampling of the many that you'll find here. And every month there are dozens of special events and activities going on throughout the city. To find out about any of these, simply log on to www.portsvaevents.com. Then come to Portsmouth, where if you give us a day, we'll give you a vacation or a really memorable wedding. I'm Rob Lauer. Join me next time for another episode of Portsmouth Now.